Hi, and welcome to a brand new story for this half term. Something slightly different this time, and actually, we're going to do this book here. This story is called Love That Dog. But actually, it's not like a story because actually, it is a set of poems. As you might be able to guess from the front cover, it is going to be about a dog and someone who owns a dog. The author of this story is called Sharon Creech. The first part of the book that we're going to look at is based around this little poem here, and it's called The Red Wheelbarrow, and it's by William Carlos Williams, a really famous poet who was originally from Puerto Rico but lived most of his life in America. He lived about 100 years ago, but was a pioneer poet. He was one of the first of his kind to write in a really different way. One of the things that he liked to do was he liked to ignore all the rules. If you have a first look at this poem here, there's no capital letters, no full stops, no punctuation at all being used. One thing that Williams did like to do, though, is he liked to write about things that you might use every day or things that you might see every day, ordinary things. So here's this poem, and it's called The Red Wheelbarrow. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow, glazed with rain water, beside the white chickens. Have a little look at this poem here. I don't know if you've heard these terms before, but each sort of paragraph of a poem is called a stanza. Often we might talk about lines of a poem, and I literally just mean that's line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4. So this is quite a short poem. You would say it's got 4 stanzas and it's got 8 lines. Okay, now on to the story that we're going to actually be looking at. So, the author has dedicated this story to members of her family and for anybody who likes dogs, and a special thanks to a poet called Walter Dean Myers. And a special thanks to all the poets and all the teachers that inspire students every day. So, page 1, Jack. Room 105, Miss Stretchberry. September the 13th. I don't want to, because boys don't write poetry, girls do. 1 week later, September 21st. I tried, can't do it, brain's empty. September 27th. I don't understand the poem about the red wheelbarrow and the white chickens, and why so much depends upon them. If that is a poem about a red wheelbarrow and the white chickens, then any words can be a poem. You've just got to make short lines. October the 4th. Do you promise not to read it out loud? Do you promise not to put it on the board? Okay, here it is, but I don't like it. So much depends upon a blue car splattered with mud speeding down the road. October the 10th. What do you mean? Why does so much depend on a blue car? You didn't say before that I had to tell you why. The wheelbarrow guy didn't tell you why. That's the end of the first part. What did you think of Jack's version of the red wheelbarrow, his version of the blue car? Perhaps you could have a go at writing a poem about an ordinary object? Have a go at writing one in the style of William Carlos Williams. Short sentences, only a few words. Do you think Jack really doesn't like poetry? Or do you think perhaps he might be starting to change his mind? If you want, you can have a go at answering on paper some of the questions here about the end, which compares the two poems, the one that Jack wrote and the one by William Carlos Williams. I'll be back soon to read the next part of this poem story.